It is like the wild, wild west in the surfing world. Beaches across the globe are closing down, surfers are being arrested, chased up and down the beaches, and fined for thousands of dollars. But recently in Costa Rica, a local authority actually fired shots at a surfer fleeing from the lineup. And I think it was dirt nasty. I don't know, we got a lot to talk about today. In today's video, I'm going to talk about all the mayhem that has been going down in the surf world due to all the beaches closing. Have no fear, I have some pretty good content planned for you guys. I got a quarantine bubble, I got a buggy for my jet ski, and I ordered 14 trampolines. Quarantine is gonna be lit here in Florida. We got some good content coming your way, guys. Like, the crazy thing is, like, I've lived through so many hurricanes, and I've lived through statewide lockdowns, and I've lived through states of emergency, and I've lived through times where they literally close down the drawbridges because the hurricanes are so crazy, and they will literally not let anyone back on the barrier island, which is where I live, on a barrier island. And it's kind of like, it's like the entire world is facing a Category 5 hurricane. So last week, countries everywhere began ordering residents to stay at home, and they started closing beaches and lineups. From South Africa to Indonesia's perfect waves, they are currently going unridded for the first time in 50+ years. Jeffreys Bay, one of the most famous surf spots on the planet, is on full-blown lockdown. Surfers in LA are getting fined thousands of dollars, and in Costa Rica, cops are firing guns at surfers. Well, one cop fired a gun at surfers. There's also a pro surfer who was arrested for surfing in his hometown in Puerto Rico. He had this to say: "Yeah, we'd been banned from surfing the whole country, all beaches, for a couple weeks already, but everyone was pushing it, still surfing. That day, I was just surfing totally by myself, and I had 10 cops rock up to me. I immediately paddled in thinking they were just going to tell me to leave, but they arrested me. I went to the police station for about an hour. They were cool. They didn't end up fining me. They basically just said if they caught me surfing again, I was going to jail." He then proceeded to say, "I don't think they knew it was me at first, but then one of the officers recognized me, took a photo of me, and put it on Facebook, and that's what started this whole viral craziness. Overall, it was a ridiculous situation. It could have been nothing, but the cop felt like being a dick and putting my picture up." So he released an apology on Instagram. Like, I don't really think it's a big deal. I personally think that if you live somewhere and surfing just means leaving your backyard and paddling out, you should be allowed. And I'm going to get more into that in a second when we talk about Jamie O'Brien. In his video, he basically says that he wasn't mistreated or anything like that, and a lot of people are thinking that he was the one that got shot at, and he had a lot of people freaking out like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? I can't believe you got shot at." I had to tell everyone that that was a different surfer. I think that was Simon Rex, to be honest. To clarify what happened, did an officer really shoot at another surfer? Yes. That was pretty crazy, he said. "I know the guy they shot at. I don't know him well, and I haven't talked to him since. But that's a pretty crazy legal situation. That cop is in a lot of trouble for basically attempting to kill someone for surfing. Whether he really aimed for him or not, he shot at the back of an unarmed person. So it's not looking good for that cop, understandably." I can't even imagine what that cop was thinking at the time. Another thing that's crazy is you can't even show up by boat and drop anchor. It is no surfing allowed across the entire country of Puerto Rico. Same for Costa Rica. They're trying to fine people $5,000 for going surfing. Yeah, if people think they're bored now, imagine how it's going to be in a few weeks, he said, or a few months. At least the waves aren't going anywhere. We're just going to miss out on a bunch of them, unfortunately. Surfers are being shot at for charging the lineup. On a positive note, Beef's TV got some epic footage from Wedge during one of the last days before the beaches officially closed there. And while watching this footage, I actually had to consider the fact that he really isn't going to have a way to continue to get content if everything closes. Then I have to consider that there's probably a lot of YouTube channels out there that can't make their style or brand of content because of this. It's crazy how many people this is actually going to affect as a whole. That's why I've been trying to stay busy, and something that I suggest if you work on the internet and if you make content, mix it up and throw up some old content. You know, you can repackage content in a way that's still entertaining to your audience. Like, do a compilation of your craziest moments, or I guess in my case, my scariest or my most painful moments. Another thing I was wondering about is Jamie O'Brien. He's just posted like a legendary video from outside of his house. He He has some of the most epic surfing content on the planet, and apparently he's not even allowed to go surf outside of his house. Bonsai Pipeline, one of the best surf spots on the entire planet, is literally his backyard. And in my opinion, he should be allowed to surf as long as he maintains distance from other surfers. That's way less dangerous than going to like a grocery store or somewhere that's gonna be crowded with people. Like if Jamie worked his entire life to get to where he is and to be able to have Pipeline as his backyard, I believe he should be allowed to surf there at the very least. I just really kind of wanted to touch on the surf world a little bit because I'm a surfer. I know a lot of surfers and a lot of skimboarders watch my videos. As for my house, I'm still allowed to exercise on the beach, so that means that I can surf. I actually I can't really surf still, but hopefully soon. I actually went out and paddled for the first time in a long time to kind of stretch out my arm, and it felt really good. And I've still been doing physical therapy 3 days a week. But yeah, it's just, God, it is getting hectic out here, guys. I don't even know what to say. It's insane. The following clips actually surfaced while I was editing. This is from Malibu Pier in California, somewhere I have surfed and skimmed many a times. This doesn't actually surprise me because this is one of the surf spots that I've been to where there's no courtesy. Anyone will go on any wave, even if there's already somebody riding it. In this video, we have a guy paddleboarding with no regard for the fact that there is no surfing or watercrafts allowed. And he's basically evading the lifeguard boat and the police boats for several minutes in front of the Malibu Pier. I'm just gonna let the footage speak for itself.
But sheriff boat's coming now. This might be our first, could this be the first arrest made for surfing? Documented in history? Look at, now he's trying to boat, dude. High-speed pursuit. High-speed pursuit! What is he trying to do? Oh man, you can't even make this up. I love this place. Let's do the highway pursuit. Oh my God, look at this. He cut him off. Throw the tacks down, pop the tires. Oh my God, spray him with a hose.
The man was apprehended and arrested, believe it or not. I'm sure this is not the last story like this that we're gonna hear about either. I'm gonna throw it to the last session that I had before surgery, show you guys like a minute or two of surf and skim footage. Hopefully you enjoy it. If not, no worries. And we'll be back with some legendary content very soon.
I'm so out of touch, out of my mind. Sometimes I think too much, too many things at one time. Why do we live this way when we know it ain't alright? How do we get by and not collide? Money changes you, and when the changes do, nobody cares about what you were paid to do. As long as you come through. What's the side of the deal? Did you borrow? Did you steal? Did you lose control? Did you let go of the wheel? How do we get by and not lie? 'Cause I'm burning alive from the inside out. Got a one-track mind, trying to turn it around. Got to lay low, find a new path. You can feel the heat coming off my back because I'm burning alive, but I still got the will to survive. When there's no one left to blame, when the image in the mirror looks different but inside you feel the same. Nothing's changed, and you know it won't do you any good, and you got no one to complain. They already call you crazy for putting all your faith into nothing but a maybe. I'm telling you there's no way to get by and not collide. 'Cause I'm burning alive from the inside out. Got a one-track mind, trying to turn it around. Got to lay low, find a new path. You can feel the heat coming off my back because I'm burning alive, but I still got the will to survive. from the inside out. Got a one-track mind, trying to turn it around. You got to lay low, find a new path. You can feel the heat coming off my back because I'm burning alive, but I still got the will to survive. Burning alive, but I still got the will to survive. But I still got the will to survive. But I still got the will to survive.
That was so anticlimactic. That
Burning alive from the inside out. Got a one-track mind, trying to turn it around. You got to lay low, find a new path. You can feel the heat coming off my